As I mentioned, my computer has been having issues. My computer was built at the end of 2006 or so, or possibly 2007. At that time, since that time, I have upgraded it. I purchased a new video card when my old one died. It actually, I guess, overheated or something, and the screen was blanking out on me. So I've purchased a new video card. Twice I've upgraded my video card. The first time I upgraded it... Oh, no. Well, yeah, technically I've upgraded it twice. So the first time it burnt out and I bought a new one. And then my cousin had purchased a video card, the same video card, and he wanted to do an SLI. So he traded me one of his video cards, which was actually an upgrade for me, in exchange for my video card so that he could run two of the exact same card in SLI. The issue was, to use the card he gave me, I had to buy a new power supply. Because when I first built my computer, there was a deal where I could get a 300 or something watt power supply. Not that much, but sufficient to run everything in my computer for free. And so I purchased that one. And the new video card required a much bigger power supply. It had to be at least 450 watts. So I purchased either a 450 or 500 watt power supply when I bought the video card. And yeah, since then, I haven't had any issues. Now, over the last about 2 months, my computer's been running a bit sluggish. And it's mostly due to... It's whenever the hard drive is actually engaged. Dota updating is absolutely terrible on the hard drive. And it's not just my computer. That's something with Dota itself. Because apparently, from what I've read, is with the new Delta update system that they use for it, you download a very small update. So maybe the update's going to be 200 megabytes. And you download it in very small chunks, a couple megabytes or tens of megabytes at a time. And then it somehow has to copy and integrate that small update into like the 1.6 gigabyte file for Dota. And so it just it freezes your hard drive and everything becomes real slow and real choppy. So I've noticed that. The other night, because of all of this, I remembered that I hadn't done a thorough cleaning of my computer before leaving Florida. The last time I did a thorough cleaning of my computer, I know for sure I did one in New Mexico, and then I think I did it again before I left Arizona for Florida, but it's been like over a year. So I took it out and I blew out all the dust, and I used little Q-tips and I cleaned off the fan on like the GPU and what have you. And the computer is actually running a bit faster and better now, so that was definitely part of the problem. But you still have the issue that I'm running on hardware that I bought approximately 6 to 7 years ago, other than the graphics card. So I think it's time to consider updating. The problem is with updating, one, my computer was totally built to be upgradable. So it's very modular. You can easily put things in and out of it. That's not an issue. The issue is cost. So I've been looking around, and this is kind of the motherboard that I'm thinking about. It's gotten incredibly solid reviews. Also a couple worrying reviews. If I go down here on Amazon, yay, all kinds of fun stuff. I don't care. There's some stats on it. Yay. Okay, get out of there. Okay, so you can see it's mostly positive reviews. The couple that weren't, for example, here's one where it's a 5-star review, and at the same time, it's all about a problem. And it mentions a problem with Ivy Bridge processors where the firmware wasn't working with them very well. And apparently the reason why I gave it 5 stars is because they totally went and above and beyond to fix it. You can pause and read that if you want. Great board for sandy bridges, which I believe is an upgrade to the Ivy Bridge. Apparently this is the first person ever to do it. I don't know. But anyway, if I'm going to upgrade my computer, for the most part, I should have probably started on this screen. I have a dual-core processor that I bought back when the quad cores were just coming out. And the quad cores were going to cost me 3, 4, 5 times as much money as the dual core. So I bought the dual core, which was still I think like a $200 some purchase. But now I feel like I'm going to get this. This is apparently like the best, not the best processor. It's like the most solid for its price processor. It has overwhelmingly positive reviews. Look at this. 306 and 19, 1, 2, and 2. Everybody loves this processor. So I'm going to buy this processor if I upgrade, when I upgrade. If I upgrade in the upcoming, weeks or so, I'm buying this. But you can't use this in my current motherboard. So I'm going to get a new motherboard. And again, I'm going to buy, it's like a $200 motherboard, but I don't know how much motherboards normally cost. Motherboards are very confusing for for someone who doesn't know too much about computers. I know some stuff about computers, but hardware is not my thing. So like I know this LG A155 or 1155 is for the chip, because this is an LG A1155. So this plugs into this. And that was something where when I built my first computer, I had to do a lot of reviews to make sure that what motherboard I chose and what chip I chose actually could click together. It is SLI dual, SLI capable. Don't care because I'm not going to do that anytime soon. It does have 2 LANs. Yay! I don't care. Most important thing is I know that this is a solid board. It's gotten very good reviews on multiple sites, and I know that this is a super solid processor. I don't know what I just did. I think I right-clicked. No harm, no foul. Now, if I'm going to put a new motherboard and a new processor, I'm probably going to also want to get, upgrade Windows, because I have Windows XP. It's very good. I love it. But Windows 7 has been out for a while, and I use it actually at work. At the VA, we have Windows 7. Not Home Premium, but I really like it. It works very much like regular Windows. It's not as crappy as Windows Vista. It's not as crappy as Windows 8. And it will unlock a number of good features that I would like to do. A couple things where nowadays, when I'm trying to find out how to change certain settings, they show you how in Windows 7, but they don't show you. You have to like specifically look for Windows XP to figure out. And there's a couple features you can do in Windows 7 that aren't in Windows XP, so that would be nice too. One of the big things that's in Windows 7 that's not in Windows XP is memory. You can put a lot more memory. Well, you could probably put a lot more memory if I had Windows XP 64-bit, but I don't. I have 32. I would like 64. And my new chip will let me run 64. So I can go ahead and add extra RAM. I have 4 gigabytes of RAM. My computer recognizes like 3.2 of it. And it would be nice to stick in, a little bit more. I can get myself, like, I'll put it into 8. I can keep in the other 4. They're all paired together. And that would be an upgrade. The last thing, and this is the most important thing, is some of the problems with the hard drive, I wonder if it's just because I've had the hard drive for 6 or 7 years, and I've done a lot of read-write to it. Every time I record videos, installing the programs in that. But a big part of it is I've been putting these giant chunks of video on it, putting it in, processing it, which creates a second chunk of video, deleting one, moving off the other, and it's just this iteration of read, write, delete, read, write, delete. And over time, I know you can wear out a hard drive, and I don't want it to fail. Now, I bought a very high quality hard drive. I don't skimp on quality when it comes to hard drives. I buy good stuff, because your hard drive goes down, there goes your entire computer, basically. In fact, I buy everything as good quality. I do a lot of research on things before I buy them. And I know Crucial is very good with their memory. And on top of that, solid state drive. Because if I'm going to have a lot of memory, that's not going to help. I would really love to have Windows 7 installed on a solid state drive along with my programs so that I can boot up and run stuff lightning fast, compared to what I've got now. What I have now does not seem slow, but I'm sure that if I have it compared to a... Ooh... Zoom and enhance. Sweet. No, get off of that. What is this? Overclocked inside. Overclocking dream. Okay, so apparently you can overclock this too. Why not? You can get a bigger one, like this one's $200 compared to this one is $112. This one's $400. This tiny little one is $83. So this is, I think this is actually your best price per, no. This I think might be your best price per megabyte, but I'm not going to spend that much. I could be probably persuaded to spend this much, but I don't know if I necessarily need it. But yeah, these are what I'm considering. Nothing else in my computer needs upgrading. My power supply is adequate. My graphics card is adequate. My second hard drive is perfectly fine because I hardly ever use it. The only things on my second hard drive, I've partitioned it. I partitioned it just because I wanted to. I had never partitioned a drive before, so I partitioned it. But on the one drive, I have like, it's storage for all of my LPs. So I have all of my Let's Play videos, all of my Stroville videos, and a couple other videos that are all stored on there. And then this was a big drive too. I don't think it was a terabyte drive. Might have been actually a terabyte drive. Yeah, because my G drive, as it's called, has like 400 some gigabytes on it, and my H drive has like 500 some gigabytes on it. And my H drive has hardly been used ever. The only thing I've been doing with it recently is because of the slowdown and the how much space has been taking up on my C drive, I've been moving, like archiving files to the H drive, which if I'm going to install a new, you know, processor and operating system and everything, I'll need to have them archived off site. The issue, and I'm still doing research on this, is if I have a second hard drive, there's no operating system installed on the hard drive. There's no programs installed on the hard drive. All it is just files on the hard drive. But I've put them there in XP. If I remove my C drive, install this new Crucial drive, install Windows 7, boot up to it, can I still access the files on my GH combo drive? I know you could do like an external hard drive kind of stuff, but this is an internal hard drive, and so I don't know. If I have to, I can buy an external 1 terabyte backup drive, back up all my files onto it, and then just format my my 2 hard drives that I have now, and then use them again. Particularly the GH drive, like I said, it hasn't been used very much. I could just reformat it and then reinstall it as a drive under Windows 7. So that's an option, but I would prefer not to have to utilize that option. I'd prefer it if I could just immediately use the drive with my with the new operating system. But something tells me that that's not going to work, even though it's still Windows. Something's going to tell me like Windows 7 cannot access this drive. Would you like to format? And I'm like, no, I don't want to format. Just read the stupid files off of it, please. Anyway, I don't know why I recorded this. Just to let you know. Okay, so let's take a look at the price here. So we're going to round. So this is 200. We're going to round, this is 200, because the two of them together are 400. So this is 500, 600, $700 if I don't have to buy another external hard drive. That's a lot of money. And I don't have a lot of money right now. I will find out what my next paycheck looks like. I don't know when I'm getting paid. I think I get paid at the end of this week, actually. That would be kind of nice. And then I'll be working on some weekends. So I'll be earning some extra money. And if I see what the paycheck for that looks like, unfortunately, the first time I'll get paid like that is the end of August. I don't know how quickly I would like to start upgrading my computer. I could totally buy these two right now, because these will work with my current setup. I'm just changing out the processor and the motherboard, and then later on get Windows 7, this, and this, as I find out the extra parts. The big issue with this is I would have to also buy some silver to cool it, and possibly upgrade my fan. Or maybe if I just uninstall my fan, I can give it a really good cleaning. The thing with those stupid coolers is they've got so many fins on them that even though I'm spraying them out, because of the way it's mounted in the system, it doesn't really get that clean. If I pulled it out, I could use probably like 100 Q-tips to clean off each of the individual blades of the fan and, you know, get all the dust off of it. What would also be cool is because it's just a sink, there's no... Other than the actual fan motor in the middle of it, which may be even removable, I could totally just wash that thing in, you know, water and let it dry. Since only the bottom part of it, the heatsink part, touches the chip. I mean, once it's dry, it's dry. Oh well. Until next time. Bye-bye.